Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to demystify one of the absolutely most practical, everyday tools in database management, the SQL between operator. If you've ever looked at a massive wall of data and wondered how developers so effortlessly slice through it to find exactly what they need, well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down this command by showing you how everyday online shopping perfectly mirrors back-end database queries. We're bridging the gap between what you click on your screen and the code that actually makes it all happen.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at the real-world range filter, then the between operator syntax, filtering numbers using student fees, filtering text using student names, and finally, excluding ranges with not between. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The real-world range filter.
To really get how databases work, we definitely shouldn't start with abstract code. Let's connect it to something you've probably done hundreds of times on your phone without even thinking about it. Imagine you're hunting for a new laptop online. You type laptop into Amazon, and what happens? Boom, you are hit with thousands upon thousands of results. It's total data overload. You've got $200 Chromebooks mixed in with $4,000 gaming rigs. Manually scrolling through that is just, well, it's impossible. So what do?
You use the site's UI tools to take control. You go to that price filter on the side and you set a specific budget. Let's say you drag those little sliders to narrow the results down to laptops priced strictly between $12,000 and $76,000. And instantly, all that irrelevant noise just disappears.
Well, guess what? That brilliantly illustrates exactly what the SQL between operator does under the hood. That slider you just dragged, it's basically a visual wrapper for the between operator. It takes that exact same concept, a starting minimum and an ending maximum, and applies it directly to millions of raw database records in a fraction of a second.
Moving right along to Section 2, the between operator syntax.
So, now that we have the concept down, let's translate that everyday filtering action into the actual language of databases. By definition, the between operator is a SQL command used to easily find and retrieve data that falls perfectly within a specific range of two values. It is a real game changer for slicing through data. Instead of writing out these long, clunky logical statements with greater than and less than symbols, between lets you easily find records bounded by a simple start and end point.
Writing this out is an incredibly intuitive four-step process. Step 1, you select the columns you want to view. Step 2, you use where to start specifying your condition. Step 3, you drop in the between keyword right before the start of your range. And Step 4, you cap the whole thing off using the AND operator followed by the end of your range. It literally reads almost exactly like a plain English sentence.
Okay, Section 3. Filtering numbers using student fees.
Let's look at a practical example. Imagine we've got a standard student database table with basic columns for ID, name, and fees. It has about 20 to 25 records total, and our goal is to figure out who has paid specific fee amounts. We don't want the students who paid nothing, and we don't need the ones who paid massive premiums.
So, if we only want to find students whose fee payments fall into a mid-tier bracket, let's say between $5,000 and $15,000, we just plug those numbers into our syntax. The core of our query becomes where fees between $5,000 and $15,000. It is beautifully straightforward.
And look how cleanly the results come back. We get exactly 3 matching records. A student with a $5,000 fee, one with $12,000, and one with $15,000. Now, something absolutely crucial to remember here is that the between operator is inclusive. That means the exact starting number of 5,000 and the exact ending number of 15,000 are explicitly included in your final dataset, along with everything in the middle.
Let's jump to Section 4, filtering text using student names.
Now, a huge misconception is that this operator is strictly for math and numbers. While filtering numbers makes perfect sense to us, a database is actually just as happy to treat the alphabet like a mathematical sequence. If it understands that 5 comes before 15, it absolutely understands that the letter A comes before the letter T.
So by passing text strings into the query, bounded by single quotes, we can do alphabetical slicing. If we write where name between A and T, we're just asking the database to retrieve any student whose name starts with a letter anywhere from A to T.
Look at how powerful this is. The result is perfectly organized. It fetches everyone starting from a J at the letter A, grabs all the names in the middle, straight down to Tejas at the letter T. If you had thousands of names and you only needed the first half of the alphabet for a mailer campaign, this single line of code does the whole shebang for you instantly.
Finally, Section 5, excluding ranges with not between.
Okay, let's flip this entire concept on its head. Sometimes you aren't trying to find a needle in a haystack. You just want to remove a specific chunk of the haystack altogether.
That is where the not between operator comes in. It's used to actively exclude a specific range of data. If there's a cluster of data you want to avoid, adding the word not gives you the ultimate power of exclusion. Let's see how this tweaks our syntax. Say we need a list of all students, but we have to exclude anyone whose name starts with the letters R and S. We'd just input where name not between R and S. That tells the database to completely skip those specific letters during the search.
And as you can see, the query effectively wipes them out. You'll get A names, B names, maybe some Z names, but R and S are completely gone, leaving you with the exact refined dataset you needed. It's just a fantastic way to clean up your results without writing really complex exclusion rules.
So understanding this powerful bridging of real-world logic, like that Amazon price slider, to back-end SQL code really opens up endless possibilities. You now have the tools to slice, dice, and exclude data using both numbers and the alphabet. The question I want to leave you with today is this. Now that you can effortlessly command these ranges, what massive data sets will you start conquering? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I can't wait to explore more data secrets with you next time.